The Colerain Controversy is an incredibly interesting case study. It all started with the welfare state, which Labour promised to introduce in 1945 after the Beveridge Report exposed just how horrible the widespread poverty amongst the working class really was. Many people were living in slums unfit for humans, diseases such as polio were rampant, and the risk of deaths while giving birth was 60% higher than that in Britain, and this was just some of the description of the horrible conditions in Northern Ireland. So how does this relate to education and the Coleraine controversy? Well, that relates directly to the 1947 Education Act, which was introduced in Northern Ireland. For the first time, all children over 11 now receive free second-level education, and schools were now obliged to provide free medical treatment, transport, milk, meals, books, along with other needs, which was a huge deal. And as you can imagine, this caused the numbers attending second level to soar, which directly contributed to the demand for an additional university. So the need for a new university was first highlighted by the Robbins Report on higher education, which ran from 1961 until 1963, and it recommended that a second university should be built. It appointed Sir John Lockwood to investigate, and there was no Catholic representation on the committee, to the dismay of many. In February 1965, the Lockwood Report was published. It rejected Armagh, Craigavon and Derry, and to the surprise of many, it recommended the closure of Magee College. Instead, Coleraine was recommended for the location of the university. There was a wide, strong-held view in Derry, which was a predominantly Catholic area with a very large population, that the university should be established there. The choice of Coleraine really did surprise many, and it was widely believed that Derry was rejected due to sectarian divisions, considering two-thirds of the citizens of Derry were Catholic. It was also recommended that should Northern Ireland need a third university in the future, Armagh should be the location, and this annoyed many people in Derry as they weren't even the second choice. So, why Coleraine? Well, when explaining the decision to locate the university in Coleraine, the reasons given were that Coleraine's local county council was willing to give the site for construction for free, Coleraine was free from any sectarian divisions, and Coleraine had more room for student accommodation, and Derry argued that they did not. Eventually, the pressure that boiled up boiled over. On the 18th of February 1965, the Motorcade at Stormont happened. Approximately 2,000 vehicles, or 25,000 people, drove the 100-mile journey to Stormont in Belfast to showcase their anger, with the hopes of pressurising O'Neill, who was the then Prime Minister. However, it was not a success, and the university was built in Coleraine regardless. Then, on the 19th of February 1965, O'Neill met with some of the Unionists from Derry. This was a secret meeting, and there was no public agenda or minutes, and no one really knows what was discussed. However, it was clear that the Unionists did not want Magee to be closed, nor did they want a new university placed in Derry, as they feared it would threaten Unionist control they had. They did not want the Catholics to become well educated out of fear of them standing up for their own rights. The Unionists who met with O'Neill are now known as the Faceless Men. The vote at Stormont went ahead and the Lockwood Report was accepted 27 to 19 in March 1965, despite the criticism from within the party. However, O'Neill did agree to leave Magee open as a branch of the new university, but it lacked significant investment and was halved in size. So, why was Coleraine chosen? Why was Derry not chosen? Well, to put it simply, the sectarian divisions in Derry made it unsuitable. Derry was 70% Catholic, and Unionists feared upset to the gerrymandering, which was the reorganisation of electoral districts to benefit a party in elections. Additionally, it is without a doubt that the Faceless Men influenced O'Neill. That wasn't the end of the story, though. Robert Nixon claimed that O'Neill had met with the Faceless Men, and the Unionist Party quickly expelled him from the party. Over 15,000 people demanded an inquiry into the Faceless Men, but such requests never happened.